Love, much like the finest assets in the world, it is a slow and a moment of construction. Deliberate construction. A silent architecture of trust that begins long before the world sees it. In a world that values the fast and the fleeting, there is a rare power in the steady, in the patient, in the men who understand that a true connection is an investment of the soul. It starts with a look, a shared silence, a recognition of one's own reflection in another. This is the foundation, the quiet before the deep, the beginning of a standard that refuses to be broken. It is found in the subtle shifts of presence, the warmth of hand, the steady rhythm of a heartbeat that finally finds its match. It is the courage to be still, to be seen. It is not loud, it does not perform. It exists in the micro textures of the touch. It assists in the pull of gravity and the heat that remains when the rest of the world goes cold. To find this connection is to find the rarest energy in the universe, a value that does not fluctuate, a wealth that cannot be spent. But for the professional soul, it is the ultimate risk and the only path to a true return. It is the moment you stop trading in masks and begin trading in truth. To be fully seen by another man, without the armor, without the titles, and without the noise, is the highest standard of connection. It requires a different kind of discipline, the discipline to stay, to listen, and to hold the space when the world feels like it's closing in. This is where the real value is found. Not in the surface, but in the depth, in the courage to be open. The gold standard is reached when two paths become one unified direction, when the goals are shared and the discipline is mutual. It is a partnership of equals, a quiet understanding that the strength of the union is greater than the sum of its parts. In the silence of this room, away from the chaos of the marketplace, the investment finally pays off. It is the peace of knowing you are no longer navigating the dark alone. Precision in thought. Manage with love. Master the shared standard. It is the moment when the external noise of the city and the crowd finally disappears. All that remains is the weight of the presence. This is not, it is a slow burning fire, refined by the absolute intensity of focus. When two men stand in this clarity, they are just a force that refuses to be distracted. This is where the standard is tested. In the heat, in the tension, in the silent demand for excellence in each other. The greatest strength is found in the stillness. Most people feel the need to constantly move, to chase the next thrill, to force a connection that isn't ready. But true mastery is the ability to wait, to be still with another person and feel no need to fill the silence. It is the peace of knowing the investment has already been made. The structure is sound. The trust is absolute. In this stillness, the real value of the journey reveals itself. It isn't in the pursuit, it's in the presence. It requires the sacrifice comes of the egos, the death of the individual, to make room for the union. You cannot maintain the gold standard while holding on to the habits of the past. You must be willing to burn away the noise to find the purity of the signal. This is the price of admission. The willingness to let go of the safe
for the sake of the profound. Discipline in love is as rare as gold in the rock, and just as difficult to refine.
Again, the stance fob we set today becomes the legacy of tomorrow. We do not build for the season, we build for the eternity. When two men decide to walk this path, they create a store of value that outlasts the fluctuations of the world. A connection that is scarce, durable, and universal. The journey doesn't end, it simply evolves into a new level of mastery. You have done the work. You have kept the faith. You have mastered the standard. Trade with love. Manage with truth. Live the gold standard.
The hardest trade to take is the one that follows a loss. Most believe the market is a test of intelligence, but it is actually a test of endurance. Retail traders are paralyzed by emotional asymmetry, feeling the pain of a loss twice as much as the joy of a win. This is where the cycle of failure begins. The institutional mind treats data as neutral, doing business. A win is not a victory, it is the execution of a high-probability edge. To master gold, you must first master the silence between the trades. You must become the calm center of the storm. Discipline is not a one-time act. It is a continuous state of being. Success is not a destination, it is a standard. While others chase the flash of quick profits, the master builds for the next decade. They understand that wealth is not just what you earn, but who you become in the process of earning it. Every chart, every news event, and every liquidity sweep has been a lesson in the art of the long game. You have moved beyond the noise. You have identified the structure. You have conquered the emotion. Now, the market doesn't happen to you. You happen to the market. This is the mindset. This is the legacy. This is the gold standard.